November football is here. With only 2 weeks left of the regular season, the chase for the championship is in full force. Welcome into the Friday Night Blitz, San Antonio's only 30-minute high school football show. Jam-packed show for you tonight, 10 different games in and around the Alamo City, including several teams that have the chance to secure the district crown. One of those matchups just happens to be our game of the week, the Boerne Greyhounds and Lavernia Bears. The Bears are the 4th-ranked team in our Friday Night Blitz power rankings and are undefeated so far this season. Greyhounds, though, looking to change that. Boerne's first possession of the game, Greyhounds move the ball down the field. Quarterback Cole Boyd hits senior receiver Paula Mick. He tips the ball up. Then Douglas Hodu comes down with the catch just short of the goal line. Shortly after, running back Colton Poole fights his way through the Bears defense, gets into the end zone to give the Greyhounds a 7-0 lead. But here come the Bears. Lavernia quarterback Clayton Chadwick rolls right, scrambles, dodges defenders right and left, finally stumbles into the end zone to tie the game up at 7-all. But Boerne answers back. Boyd this time drops back, launches one deep right in the hands of wideout Robert Sherwood. Lavernia would later take the lead on Boerne, but it's the Greyhounds that would come back to win it thanks to this trick play 2-point conversion to Boyd all alone in the end zone. Boerne wins 46-45. Our Marcus Floyd is standing by with Boerne's Cole Boyd and Logan Hans.
Wow, you guys missed a great game out here tonight. 46-45 victory by the Boerne Greyhounds. A big pass at the end of the game for the 2-point conversion. Cole, what did you see when you caught that pass?
I was covered at first, and then they charged Douglas running outside, and they both came off me, and I was just sitting there wide open.
How big of a deal is this for you guys to win this game tonight?
Oh, it's the biggest deal. I mean, winning the district championship, but just most of all playing for our brothers. I mean, our seniors, this is our last game on this field, and it's a game to remember.
Cole, when you guys were down 2 touchdowns, what was going through your mind?
I knew we had to pick it up on offense, and they were playing real deep coverage, so we just had to get the ball in the hands of some of our playmakers and let them make plays.
How did you guys just not give up? I mean, this is a big deal for you guys, isn't it?
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, Coach keeps telling us to stay committed, and we kept committed, and it was just awesome.
Outstanding game for the Boerne Greyhounds tonight, a district clinching victory. These guys, a big part. Cole, great game for you guys. Guys, this is why we come out in the field and see all the great games. You guys, you get to experience it through the lens. Hey, come back later on. We'll have more on the Blitz. I'm Marcus Floyd. Back to you.
More on our game of the week later in the show. Let's continue our Friday Night Blitz action and head over to Rutledge Stadium, where the District 13 5A crown is on the line. Perennial powerhouse Wagner Thunderbirds taking on Vets Memorial Patriots. Both teams undefeated in district play, both teams with a chance to clinch the title. Patriots, it would be also their first ever. T-Birds up 7-0 here in the first. The pass to Darius Guess, and guess who's coming straight for our camera guy? Guess stays in the lines, takes it to the end zone for the 76-yard score. Game tied at 7, but Wagner takes off from here. Following a fumble recovery, running back LJ Butler runs it in for the go-ahead touchdown, 14-7. A few minutes later, quarterback Tobias Weaver places it perfectly in the hands of receiver Jarrell Brown for the score. T-Birds showing their dominance early on, and then right before halftime, Weaver and Brown connect again. The Thunderbirds were 35-7 at half and go on to win this one 56-7 and take the District 13 5A crown. How about a big District 14 5A matchup? First place Medina Valley Panthers taking on the Alamo Heights Mules. Medina Valley undefeated in district play, and Alamo Heights with just that one district loss last week to Kerrville Tivy in triple overtime. Panthers, though, pounce right away. Running back James Gibson turns on the wheels, takes off running. He gets stopped just short of the goal line, but then a couple plays later, he makes up for it. Finishes the job, punches it in for the Medina Valley touchdown. Alamo Heights' turn now as running back Josh Inzaga counters with a quick score of his own. Mules down by 1. And then big defensive play here for the Mules. Medina Valley fumbles the ball on this handoff here, and Alamo Heights recovers it. That would prove costly because shortly after that, Mules capitalize again as Gonzaga rushes it in for another Mules touchdown. He would have a fantastic night, finished with 5 scores. Alamo Heights wins it 35-21 over Medina Valley. Taking a look at a couple other scores from Friday night, the Steel Knights beat the Canyon Cougars 44-14. Burbank Bulldogs beat Sam Houston Hurricanes 20-14. The Rangers run away with this one, 58-14 over the San Marcos Rattlers. And the Tivy Antlers stay undefeated in district play, win 62-48 over the Lockhart Lions. How about the undefeated Judson Rockets taking on the East Central Hornets Friday night? With a win, the Rockets have at least a share of the district crown. Judson quarterback Mike Chandler, with the quarterback keeper here, finds a hole, punches it in for the Rockets' first score. Judson up 7-0. Then Chandler again, this time. He drops back, unleashes one right into the arms of wideout Lucas Coley. What a play right in the corner of the end zone. Judson up 14-0 in the first. Rockets, though, don't stop there. Running back Sincere McCormick takes the rock, turns the corner, and he is gone. All the way to the house, make that 21-0 Rockets. Judson's other running back, Anaya Spencer, would also get in on the action, cashes in this score. Rockets run away with this one 51-14 and win at least a share of the District 26-6A title. Sticking in that same district, the only other team that was opposing the Judson Rockets, these guys, Clemens Buffaloes, taking on the New Braunfels Unicorns. So if Clemens wins, they'd give themselves a chance at least of a share of the district title next week. Unicorns, though, get on the board first. Wide receiver Miles Miller catches the ball middle of the field, breaks a tackle. 19-yard score for New Braunfels, up 7-0. Then still in the first, watch this play. New Braunfels outside linebacker Hayden Kesserling lays out Clemens quarterback Max DiDomenico. Ouch. New Braunfels then would add some insurance here as kicker Chase Mercer makes the field goal. So make that 10-0. But Clemens running back Austin Milner says not so fast. Milner punches it in from 2 yards. So Clemens cuts the lead to 3. New Braunfels, though, on the attack again. Kyle Thomas into the end zone. And it's the Unicorns that upset the Buffaloes 26-23. Okay, a couple other scores from Thursday night's action. District 28-6A, Warren Warriors beat the Marshall Rams 27-14. 13-5A, Lanier Vokes shut out the Jefferson Mustangs 15-0. And then 14-5A, Southwest Dragons take down the Harlan Hawks 42-35, close game. And the Birdie champion Chargers raced past the Memorial Minutemen 63-6 on Thursday night. Over at the Blossom, Reagan Rattlers taking on MacArthur Bramos. Reagan in second place in District 27-6A, still in the hunt for the crown. Rattlers start the scoring off with a field goal, but MacArthur does one better. The handoff to running back Francois Smith. He races around the Rattlers defense for the touchdown. MacArthur takes a 6-3 lead. Reagan then tries to counter, but MacArthur cornerback Charles Collins comes up with the INT. Runs it all the way to the other end of the field, 65 yards for the pick six. A little later, Rattlers cut into the lead. Quarterback Travis Staley pitches it to running back Austin Miller. Miller cuts middle, goes back outside into the corner of the end zone. So Reagan is down 13-10. This one would be back and forth the whole night, but it's the Rattlers that come out on top. Reagan wins 41-33. Well, we are just getting started here on the Friday Night Blitz. After the break, we'll continue our high school football coverage with tons more games from Friday night.
Friday Night Blitz is proudly brought to you by John Wayne Service Company. One call does it all for all your AC, heating, plumbing, or electrical needs. And by your local IHOP restaurants. IHOP is open before and after every game, 24/7.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. Let's continue our high school football roundup and check in on the first place team in District 27-6A, the Madison Mavericks. Mavs trying to keep their perfect district record going against the South San Bobcats. Bobcats looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. It's the Mavericks, though, that get on the board first in this one. Quarterback Dante Higgins fakes the handoff, goes right up the middle with it, jumps into the end zone from 5 yards out. Mavs take a 7-0 lead and keep adding to it. This time, running back Christian Hernandez makes it look easy, runs it in for the 2-yard score. Make that 13-0 Mavs. Bobcats then answer back halfway through the second. Running back Jacob Martinez rumbles into the end zone, putting the Bobcats on the board. But it's the Mavs that ultimately run away with this one 41-7 over South San to stay unbeaten in district play. They earn at least a share of the district title going into the final week of the season. Over at Ferris Stadium Friday night, Clark Cougar taking on the Holmes Huskies. Clark will get the ball to start this one. Quarterback Ben Hopper throws a deep pass, but it's intercepted by defensive back Quirion Haney. It looks very much like a pick six, but the officials blew the whistle on the 34, so Holmes will only gain possession of the ball. But then a very strong run game for the Huskies as they drive it down to the 8-yard line. Running back Chris Molero brings it in the end zone. Holmes not done yet. Haney almost scored on defense and now gets another chance on offense. Runs it right down the middle of the field for another Holmes touchdown. The Cougars, though, come back to win this one in the end. Very close game, 38-31. The Clark Cougars win that. Two other teams in that same district, Taft Raiders and the Stevens Falcons. Both teams trying to bounce back from losses last week. Falcons fly on the board first. Quarterback Greg Zaragoza hands it off to running back Clarence Lee. Lee slides into the end zone from 1 yard out. The extra point for the Falcons is good. So Stevens takes a 7-0 lead early on. The Raiders then get on the board shortly after from 25 yards out. Check out that kick. Brian Medina knocks it through the uprights, cutting the lead of 4. Not a whole lot of scoring in this one, but eventually Stevens holds on for the 21-6 win over the Taft Raiders. Last week, we saw several great matchups, including our Friday Night Blitz game of the week that went into triple overtime. We asked you to help us narrow down the top athletes and their top performances and vote for our John Wayne Player of the Week. You voted. Marcus has us covered and breaks down this week's nominees.
Guys, the performances for this week's John Wayne Player of the Week were off the charts. We had multiple players with multiple touchdowns and great performances all around. And this week's top 3 finishers are Trapper Panel of Kerrville-Tivy, Clayton Chadwick of Lavernia, and Brady Lissy of Fall City.
So, without further ado, our John Wayne Player of the Week is Trapper Panel.
That was a very impressive game he had, and not only top of that, he's a quarterback, wide receiver, and a running back. I don't think you ever see that. And then he had all those great numbers and 6 touchdowns, so well-deserved.
It's pretty special. We come from a small town originally and didn't have, I guess, opportunity like this. And so it's been real special to be in this school and have the support of all the community and the kids.
I wouldn't be here without all the support, my family, friends, especially our team, and it's cool that they actually voted.
Wow, 6 touchdowns, that's off the charts. Now, you guys need to go to johnwayne.com and vote for the player that you see with your own eyes that has the best performance this weekend. For the John Wayne Player of the Week, I'm Marcus Floyd.
Still much more to come after the break. We take you back out to our game of the week for more on Bernie's big comeback win. Plus, we step away from the gridiron and check out our Spirit School of the Week, how they were getting hyped ahead of Friday night. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. We showed you the highlights from Bernie's come-from-behind win in our game of the week. But now it's time to send it back out to Marcus, who's standing by with the Greyhounds head coach, Shay Hendricks.
Wow, quite an improbable victory, a late comeback. Coach, how'd you guys come back in that one?
We just kept believing. Our kids never gave up. Great game, give Lavernia a lot of credit, but, we came with a victory.
Talk about that last play for the 2-point conversion. I mean, what was the thinking on that one?
Well, we had a trick play. They played man all night, tried to get the quarterback open, and it worked. So Douglas Hodo made a great play. He should have been tackled, but somehow stayed up and threw it to him. So, anyway, it worked out, thank goodness.
You guys, would you expect any less out of this game? I mean, you guys 7-1, 8-2. 8-0. Would you expect any less out of this?
No, that's what you want. That's why you play. Home field advantage. Got a great crowd. They're a great team for district. A chance to win district championships. That's what you want, And we expected a heavy round fight, 15-round fight. We got it, and we came out on top.
What did you tell your kids when you guys were down 2 touchdowns?
Stay in it. Never out of the fight. My best friend, Steve Hawley's a Navy SEAL. Never out of the fight. That's what he always says. He tells his kids that every time he talks to us. You're never out of the fight. So that's what we just kept talking about. Play one play at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard and see what happens.
You believe a win like this can help propel you guys even further down the line?
I hope so. We got to regroup and go play good next week. This time of year, it's just about regrouping, buying back in, and just doing the same thing and being 1-0 each week.
Big time 46-45 victory in a big district game. Congratulations, Coach. Thank you. Have a good night.
Appreciate it.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Another great game of the week. It's going to be hard to beat that one. We'll try, though, next week. We'll announce next week's game of the week later on the show. But first, let's head over to Alamo Stadium. District 13 5A showdown. Edison Golden Bears taking on the Highlands Owls. Highlands coming off a shutout victory over Lanier last week, while Edison looks to rebound from its loss to Brackenridge. Highlands races onto the board. Owls running back to Marion Gonzalez shoves his way past the goal line. Highlands up 7-0 in the first. Edison's turn now. Bears quarterback Brian Madison fakes a handoff, runs right, cuts back middle, turns on the wheels, and he's gone all the way to the house, 45 yards, 7-6 ball game. Highlands then responds just before the half. Quarterback Juan Luna drops back, throws long to wideout Drake Moody comes up with the catch and stays in bounds. Highlands led 15-6, and it's the Golden Bears, though, that come back to win this one 36-23 over the Owls. Well, we've already covered all the action from this weekend, but now it's time to highlight some valuable performances away from the field. This time, all eyes were on the Warren Marching Band for our Spirit School of the Week.
Friday Night Blitz coverage of high school football is proudly brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. When accidents happen, Thomas J. Henry is available 24/7 nights and weekends when you and your family need help. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com for more information.
Don't go anywhere, because coming up next on the Friday Night Blitz, we catch up with Warren first-year head coach Jeff Robbins, plus our top plays of the week. Welcome back. The Warren Warriors improved to 7-2 Thursday night thanks to their win over Marshall. The program has had a long history of success, and first-year head coach Jeff Robbins is working hard to continue that. Marcus caught up with Coach earlier in the week and has more in our Coaches Connection.
I'm joined here with Coach Jeff Robbins of the Warren Warriors. Coach, what have you seen as far as the growth of the program in the last few years since you've been here and has taken over the head coach?
Well, you know, our mentor, Coach Dowson, he set this thing up perfectly for us to, you know, take care of business. And as far as the growth, you know, you get kids in public education, you get kids year in, year out, you know, and it's cyclic. And we're fortunate right now to have some great kids, and, you know, not just good football players, but they're great kids.
Talking about staying here, you've been here for 10 years. Why is it important to keep the same kind of faces around when programs have been kind of successful, to keep that momentum going with the kids and the familiarity?
Well, you know, it's all about community. You know, our community here is awesome. We've got a great following. Fan base is unbelievable. The people that back us are all in, you know, we say. I don't know why you'd ever want to leave, you know, so a lot of us have stayed around.
Talk about this year in this district. I mean, it feels like when I watch Warren on the field, it feels like the Warren of old when you guys are having a lot of success. It feels like you said, like community and like family. Is that what you're striving for to get here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, kids are having fun, you know, and of course, when you're having success, it is fun. You know, parents have fun, little brothers and sisters have fun, they get involved, coaches' wives have fun, and it's good, you know. We could be losing and not being fun, so, but yeah, you know, we're trying to get the community in, and it's not hard. It's really not, because we've got a great community, and they want to be a part of it, and we're going to let them. You know, jump on that bandwagon. We want them.
Coach Jeff Robbins over here at Warren doing good things for the Blitz. I'm Marcus Floyd.
Here on the Friday Night Blitz, we always like to close out our show with our own edition of SportsCenter Top 10. It's the top plays of the week, brought to you by John Wayne Service Company. Looking ahead to the final week of the regular season, we picked out a good one for our next game of the week. District 27 6A showdown. 7th-ranked Madison Mavericks taking on the Johnson Jaguars. Madison undefeated in district play. They can take the crown if the Mavs hold off Johnson. Well, we want to thank you for watching the Friday Night Blitz. Hope to see you back here next Saturday night.